we are going to read music. So, some of the very, very basics and introduction to the music staff. Staff is this thing here. It's a total of 5 lines and 4 spaces. So, we always count from the bottom up. This is line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5. Your staff has to have 5 lines or it won't be possible to read. Now, wherever there are lines, there has to be spaces. So just like your hand, if you were to put it on the side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In between each finger, there's a space, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the same here, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very useful for when we start to identify our note names by saying if it's on the first line or if it's in the first space, on the second line, or in the second space. It does make a difference there. So we need to make sure that we know line versus space. Any line note will literally have a line running through it, and any space note sits in between 2 lines. So when you are drawing these at home, it's very important that you're not giving me one of these, because it's very hard to tell if that is a space note that's a little bit too big or a line note that's a little bit off of center. So be very careful with that. Along with knowing where your spaces and lines are, you need to know how you're going to read the music. And that depends on what instrument is playing the music. Each instrument, when you get a piece of music, will have something called a clef at the very, very beginning. A treble clef looks like that, and typically your higher pitched instruments, flutes, clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, oboes, violins, the right hand of mallet percussion and the right hand of the piano will play treble clef music. Bass clef, they still have a staff with 5 lines and 4 spaces, but the bass clef looks like this. And that is for the lower pitched instrument. The bass, the tuba, the trombone, the left hand of the piano and the mallet percussion, the timpani, they will read bass clef. And we will walk through of how to read each clef, but do know that they are different. So just like in rhythm, where your first step is to read the time signature, when you're reading music, now we need to add in our clef. And it's just called a clef. It's not a clef signature or a treble signature, just clef. Treble clef or bass clef, or some instruments like the piano that read both at the same time.